Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aaron Knightley, and in today's video I'm very excited because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 mistakes I made early on in my career as an entrepreneur, and what I'm hoping is from this video you'll be able to avoid those same mistakes. Perhaps you're only moments away from making those. So let's jump those hurdles. Stick around to the end, there's going to be amazing value. 5 mistakes I made, let's get into it. So we are entrepreneurs and we want to be successful, and we've got to do it now, we've got to do it quick, there's no time, we're competing against people we can't even see, and we've got the fire in our belly. I totally get it. I've had that feeling, I still get that feeling, but I've made mistakes along the way, and what I want to share with you today is those mistakes that perhaps you can go on to avoid. So mistake number 1 that I made early on in my entrepreneurial career, knowing I wanted to do more, was something that is really spoken about now, and that is FOMO, the fear of missing out. This can really hold you back from making progress, believe it or not. You know, that's why I put it as number 1, because I believe that the society in today's age that we live in, there is so much on social media and so much marketing that's pumped towards us that it creates a brain overload, and we don't actually know what to do, and we get this feeling of missing out because we need to do everything, because it's so easy to share what everyone's doing. You feel that you should be involved in what everyone else is doing, and that's not the case. You need to have a core business, you need to have a core interest, your primary source of income, or whatever it might be. You need to have your main focus. So FOMO creates a brain overload where we see stuff come up on social media, we get this feeling of that we're missing out. And I used to have exactly the same, where I used to see someone doing something, I used to be on my journey, staying in my lane, and I would get distracted by that shiny penny syndrome because someone else is promoting and talking about what they're doing. So what I'm doing now is I'm coming off course and I'm starting to focus on something I don't understand, I don't know about, and what's that doing? I should have been heading down my road, and now I stopped and I'm looking at what someone else is doing. So that is mistake number 1. You need to really ignore FOMO. You need to be focused, you need to stay in your lane, concentrate, go hard, and then once you've systemized, automated, you have developed a business, you are cash flowing, you are doing well in your core business, then you can branch out at that point and look at other areas. So that is mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is not understanding a business, a new venture, a new interest, or something you want to be involved in, but you don't understand it. And perhaps again, we go back to the FOMO or the shiny penny syndrome, and you've been drawn in. If you're going to get involved in something new, I ask you to research, educate, know about the business, really know your stuff before you commit. 1, with money. Don't ever part with money into a business that you don't understand, because if someone's telling you they're doing really well and they're saying, hey, look, get involved in this, it's an opportunity not to be missed, you must get involved, slow down, put the brakes on. Don't part with your money, go and research and learn about the business. There's nothing more important than understanding the numbers, profits, the margins, the losses, what could happen if it goes wrong, what could happen if it goes right. It's so important that you understand something before you get involved. Don't be drawn in by other people saying that it's great and that there's money to be earned. You need to understand it yourself. And from personal experience here, I've lost a lot of money being involved in something where I got caught up in essentially the hype of someone else being involved in the business, talking about it really highly, saying how good it was, that it was an opportunity, that I needed to make the decision right now in order to get involved. I did that, didn't understand the business, didn't understand the inner workings to if it went right, if it went wrong, I lost money. That's my responsibility, I take that on my shoulders. But could it have been avoided? Absolutely. So if I could go back and tell myself that, say, hey, Aaron, slow down, learn about it, and then make your decision. So that is mistake number 2, understanding everything that you do personally within business or within finances. So mistake number 3, this is a really hot topic, one that's spoken about a lot, and that is, do you really need a business partner? I made the mistake a long time ago of taking on a business partner that essentially I look back now and I think, I didn't need the business partner. We didn't have the same vision, we didn't have the same goals. And what I would say to anyone who is considering, especially young entrepreneurs, there's this almost generic startup feeling that if you're young and you're starting a business, I must have a business partner in order to make it work. Or they're going to bring something to the party that necessarily I can't, and they're going to make it successful. That's not necessarily the case. Yes, some business partnerships work. Great, but we need to analyze this before we agree and start a business with someone. So what I would say to someone, if you are considering having a business partner, ask these questions. And let me just paint this picture. You have a pyramid, okay? You've got this really wide bottom base, and that is essentially the fire of an entrepreneur, the vision, the ideas. You're talking to each other about what you want to do and all the plans and how you're going to build this business. It's going to make all this money. That's that base layer, that foundational work. That's brilliant. However, a pyramid goes up to a point. Now, that point might be 10, 15, a 20-year plan. You need to ask your potential new business partner, where do they want to be, what do they want to have, and what's the vision for the business in 20 years' time? If it's not the same in 10, 15, 20, 30 plus more years, you might need to reconsider. Because yes, everyone gets excited at this base layer of starting a business. You get sucked in, and again, that's the hype. That's that entrepreneur spark and the fire in the belly. I totally get it. I've been there. But if you ask the question, those awkward questions early on, saying to your business partner, look, where do you want to be in 20 years? What do you want to have? Is it the same as me? Do we align? And once you've done that, then figure out if you go into partnership. The other thing is have clear goals. What's this one person aiming towards? What's the other person aiming towards? And have that real defining line of, these are your job roles within the business. These are mine. We need to make them work in order to make the business work. So really question whether having a business partner is right for you. Don't go into a partnership if you just think that it's going to make the business successful. Miraculously, it's just going to happen. That's not the case. If you end up being a lone wolf, flying solo like an eagle, fair enough, it works. It works for me. That's the way that I like it. But that is something that I've learned, and that is mistake number 3. Okay, mistake number 4, and that is work overload. So how many of you right now, leave me a comment below. I'd love to know how many, because this is something that every entrepreneur seems to do, especially early on in their journey, is they get a brand new diary and they write a million things in that diary. And then you end up procrastinating because, look, let's face it, you can't do a million things in one day. I learnt later on in my entrepreneurial journey that I was overloading myself too much. I was getting overwhelmed, which caused procrastination. I had 10 major tasks to do, 15 to-dos, and then some less priority tasks to do. And I didn't know where to start. So I was getting overloaded and I had too much to do. It was because I had the spark. I get it. As an entrepreneur, you have this spark that you want to do as much as you can within 24 hours, but it is only 24 hours and we're not up and awake for 24 hours. We need rest, and that is so important. So mistake number 4 was that work overload. I now reduce what I do during the week. I set a few priority tasks, which is normally around about 4 in my action day diary. I'll include the link below. 4 priority tasks. I maybe have 10 secondary tasks to do, which aren't as urgent and can get moved on to the next week if I don't hit those. And then I have my sort of daily planning, time-wise on when I like to do these tasks and what needs doing. And then I have a section of where I need to get back to people, reply, admin work. It's manageable and I can achieve it daily. Therefore, I never feel like I'm taking 2 steps back or procrastinating, because I'm actually giving myself a break. The whole thing of we're running out of time, we're really not. Whether you're in your late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s, you're not running out of time. We still have as much as we need now to get everything we want to get done. So slow down, reduce the workload, and give yourself a break. Okay, mistake number 5. It's a big one for me. If you follow me or you know me, you know this is something very important to me, and that's those who I network with, my circle of 5, circle of 10, 15, 20, whatever it might be. So early on, I was networking in totally the wrong places. So within property, within development, I kept going to generic property meetings. I couldn't have been in the wrong rooms. There were rooms just full of people that were very early on in their career and were not gonna level me up nor was I going to level them up. Yes, I'd make a contact, but I spent so much time networking at just events that I got no benefit from, and actually just lost a bit of money from it, just joining the event. So really, going into 2021 and 2022 or whatever it is, or even right now, choose the right events. What's your business? Who do you need in your business? And if it's not in your business, personally, who do you need in your life to succeed? Who can bring you up? Who can teach you things? And then analyze that room that you've been going to. Are those people that you need? You get one chance in life, and the people that you need in your life, are they in the room that you've been going to? Because I'm going to take a wild guess and say probably not. And certainly for me, my biggest mistake was spending early years in the wrong rooms. And luckily, and I was blessed that I found the right rooms and I was introduced to the right people who now provide me with the right networking events, the right places to go. And I network with some incredible people who lift me up, motivate me, inspire me, and enable me to level up and go to that next step in my entrepreneur journey. So really analyze, if you're in property, do you need to go to a property event? Are you after investors? Go to a business meeting. If you're looking for startup capital, mix with the right angel investors, but they might be at a wine tasting event. They might be at a different event. So just ensure that if you're parting with money or you're taking time, because this is the important part here, this is your time. So value it and make sure that you are networking with the right people. If I can help out in any way, or you think that my business aligns with yours and you want to point in the right direction, by all means reach out, leave me a comment below. I'll get back to you and perhaps we can talk on Instagram or some other, or via email. I'm happy to help, but please network. You have to value your time. So those are my 5 mistakes I made early on as an entrepreneur. I don't make them anymore. I hope that helps. And look, if you got value from this, please hit that like button. Do subscribe to the channel, so I have amazing content coming up and on its way. And until the next video, I will speak to all of you very soon.